Welcome to the House of Thoughts,
where the drag is hot and we have thoughts.
My name is Sabrina.
And I'm Zena.
And today we are diving into All Stars 10 premiere.
Episodes 1 and 2, yes, double premiere.
Double premiere. Let's get into it. So the first thing I'd like to bring attention to is RuPaul's toupee.
Oh, girl.
I'm obsessed with like this newscaster, Michelle Visage drags that she's in today. Oh my God, gag.
But they're getting right into it. They send these girls right out there on the runway. So we're starting right out.
So first up, we have Aja in her Pokemon.
Yeah, it's Roserade,
Okay.
I think, or Roserade.
No, I immediately was like, it's giving like the Riddler.
Not the Riddler.
Isn't that the Batman villain that's green with the question marks?
Oh, yeah. No, you
Yeah,
got
no,
it. You got it. And the mask, everything. No, but if you look at the picture of the Pokemon that this is an homage to, she looks just like it.
It is very, yeah. It is accurate to the character.
You just didn't like it.
I just didn't like it. I wasn't like blown away by it, but
Okay, that's fine.
that's just my tea. Ooh, next up we have Deja Sky. I love this star look that she's giving us. I think it's got a lot to the top, it's got a lot to the bottom, and it gives her this like lovely shape to it. I love the tinge of sparkle in her hair, although
Tinsel.
I wanted like a little bit.
Bring the tinsel strands through the ponytail so it looks even more like an explosion firework. You know what else she looks like? She looks like those little confetti things they tie to the bottom of the balloons to weigh them down like for your birthday.
Don't you have one?
Yes!
Go grab it. Go grab it. Ladies and gentlemen,
Deja Sky! Who is she, though? Who is she, though?
Who is she though?
Okay.
Oh my God. Next up, we have Irene the Alien. Her look was cunty.
Oh, yeah, it
Boobs
was fierce.
out.
It was fierce.
Boobs out.
The breastplate was out.
The breastplate was gorgeous. I loved her little backpack kind of thing that she had going on. My only critique that I have for her is the legs did not match. The top half did not match the bottom half.
Yeah, you know, she had a little bit of like alien skin dimorphism like happening.
That's a good, yeah.
The other thing, it's kind of a lot. Like it's like an octopus,
No, bitch.
and then it's like an old school
biblically
drag
accurate angel.
Oh,
It is a biblically accurate angel. She has like the eyes kind of on her head, and then the whole like back is wings. Yeah, I think it's great. I really actually love this look.
Yes, Irene the Alien.
And next up, back from season 3 is Miss Phoenix.
Yes, Phoenix rising from the ashes. Can I just say, I love this old school pageant-y type of host of the show, mother hen drag.
Hot take. It's giving me like that Kennedy Davenport look where she had like the rainbow and they told her she was like a fancy lobster, and the same with like that Sasha Belle look where she was this like rainbow dragon. But I think it's really cute. I do think it's really beautiful. It's very Phoenix. It shows how much she has grown in the last 20-something years
Absolutely.
since her original season.
She's grown into a very polished queen.
Absolutely. All right, well, next up, we have the smile and the face herself, Miss Olivia Lux. What'd you think about this one?
She always kind of looked like a bobblehead.
She's been giving a lot of like ice looks lately, even that we see a little bit later in the episode. Ooh. She's got this gorgeous icy hair, this icy colors.
I think it looks pretty on her, absolutely. I did love the hair, actually. That big updo, that was gorgeous, the gown.
And next up, we have Bosco in this David Byrne character book, cunt, whore, tits.
Johnny Bravo, like, awooga.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. It's giving That
Just the
oh.
crazy proportions. It's so cool. My jaw was on the floor and I had to pick it back up when she came out in this. So amazing, so hot.
Now they jump right into it, explaining the point system that we'll be using here. So basically, if you win, there are 2 winners every challenge. If you win, you receive 3 points. If you win the lip sync against your other winner, you will receive $10,000 and 1 extra point. Now, we also learn a little bit later down the road that there are 4 other stars or points that are going to be given out throughout each challenge. And each of the bottom girls is able to give out a point.
This is crazy. I'm already confused, but I'm excited. So, getting into it, this week's main challenge, the girls are asked to perform in a new song called Winner, Winner, Chicken Dinner, and compose their own bitch glam metal verses, as well as perform in a music video.
Yes, so we get to see the girls doing choreography, and although we see a little bit of them writing, we don't see them recording. Although we have to talk about some of these 80s looks just gave me life. My absolute favorite was Bosco.
Oh yeah. She was doing it all, and I loved that it was also very camp, which I felt like fit with the song. Because honestly, I was like, why are they doing this goofy ass song? And I like rock, I like metal, I like goth. No, but it was a little goofy. It was a little goofy, but they turned it out with what they were given.
Yes, I will agree with that. I have to say, overall, was absolutely Bosco and Irene did the best. They had the best melody in their verses, they had the best delivery in their verses, and they looked incredible.
Who
They looked
surprised
so
you the
good.
most?
I would probably say Irene, and
Me too.
she is getting this really awesome chance to kind of blow us away. And
Yeah.
among these all stars, she is like freaking holding her own right now. She is really doing great.
My only note for Irene, the alien, is I kind of wish she would drop the narrative a little bit about
This
how she's
biggest
a
loser.
loser. Yes, about how she went home first and she's this loser and she didn't get her airtime and what have you. I kind of just going forward from this first episode where she did freaking awesome. I wish she would just embrace the idea of I'm a winner, and it doesn't really matter if anybody else sees me that way, but I'm gonna choose to see myself that way. I think
Agreed.
that would suit her more.
So we do get to see a little bit of them getting ready for the runway, and Irene clashes a little bit with Aja. So Irene is a fantastic reader. I love hearing her read. She is quick, and she makes a point to say that usually people who are upset with her for reading are mad because they are not quick enough to think of something funny.
She's very dry and deadpan with her delivery, which I love, I think is hilarious, but I think has gone a little bit over Aja's head, or she's playing it up. But either way, she's giving us public school cafeteria energy.
I live.
I actually loved the workroom drama. I think it was light enough to just be really funny and a really fun moment. And
I
that's
agree.
all I want.
I agree. Okay, next up is our runway.
Take it to the runway. Tonight's theme is tits and slits.
Oh. First up, we have Aja. Now, what Pokemon is she dressed up as this time?
Jinx.
Monsoon?
No, this one.
Oh. I see it now. I think Ross was right on with the critique of
The body
shading.
paint. I want the body paint to match a little bit more, for sure. Next up, we have Bosco in this Thierry Mugler inspired homage.
Gorge.
And I think she did great. I think she really made it her own, too. And the tits are titting.
Truthfully, the way she did it, I thought she was bedazzling a breastplate. And Zena was like, no, those are hers.
No, I think it
I'm
was
even more impressed.
the placement of these zippers on her neck and then kind of on her armpit area. It was a little bit odd to me, but I think that was kind of, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to speak for her as to what she thought that meant, but maybe it was like something. It's like, oh look, they could be removable titties, you know.
The hair was everything.
Oh, that spiral.
Oh my gosh, she looked like a freaking ice cream cone. Oh, I loved it.
Cunty.
Next up, we have Deja Sky in this beautiful blue green.
It's kind of sea
gold.
foamy.
It's a really gorgeous fabric.
Renaissance if you're nasty.
Yes, honestly, my only critique for her is the bustle could be just a hair higher to give her a nicer shape,
It needs
kind of
scooched.
proportionized.
It needs
just,
scooched.
just up a hair.
And more tits. More tits,
Yes.
more slit.
True. That's true. I
That's
didn't
the
even think about
challenge,
that.
Yes. It was a
Right.
little bit conservative.
We have Olivia Lux in another gorgeous icy, it's kinda
Icy
this
gown.
icy purple.
Yes.
I love.
Oh, it's kind of like Lil Kim.
Oh, it's
Was it Lil
giving.
Kim with the boobie out?
It's giving.
Look. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the one tit out and the slit all the way down.
Yeah, and she's rhinestone for the gods.
It's pants. Did you notice it's pants?
Yeah. Well, I
Pants
didn't
on
until you
the
pointed.
runway.
Love a pant.
We love a good pant. Next up is Irene the Alien.
Do 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 do.
This is crazy. This is fucking awesome.
Whoa.
It's
like
giving like Alien Barbie.
Martians landed in Vegas.
Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, another thing though, the body paint. There's something. There's a
Her
there's
boobies were a little
blotchy,
dirty.
a little bit
A
blotchy.
little dirty there. My only critique on this one is I wish it was just a little bit of a longer hair.
Oh.
Maybe if it had that old Hollywood
Just
short.
some more volume, just something coming out of it, so it wasn't just that little pussycat like beauty store wig. Like,
Right. It was a little shake and go, but it was.
but it was an
really
awesome
pretty.
look. It was really cool.
Next up, we have Phoenix.
Okay, this one gagged me as well. This fetish rubbery latex, and she's zipping it and unzipping it.
As soon as she started unzipping it, I was like, yes. Again, my only critique is the hair. I wish she had this like black like pony like.
She had like a unicorn crazy thing, but I see what you mean about the pony. It would have been sick with like a long snatched braid, anything.
Like a fucking horse tail.
anything,
like
yeah,
black.
like or even a whip, anything.
Ooh. Accessorize.
Absolutely.
Add the props.
Yes.
The props.
Yeah. And that was it for Runways. And then we get to see the music video for Winner Winner Chicken Dinner. How'd we like it? We talked about our tops earlier. Who were some girls who you think struggled?
I thought Olivia Lux sounded great. I think she kind of missed the grittiness that they specifically wanted to see from her.
Yeah, I
She
agree.
was focused on this like. She was so focused on having this.
She said, "Let me just riff it out. Let me just look cute. Let me." Just
Well, and we see a little bit later how concerned she is with this like good girl, attitude that she had last season, where she felt like she wasn't sticking up for herself.
I think that's coming back around to sort of bite her a little bit, though.
I think so too, and I think that right here is kind of really where they wanted to see it. They're not it's not going to prove anything with you fighting with your sisters. They want to see you have some grit.
That's so true. That's so true.
Phoenix did relatively well. They talked about how she was a little bit nervous, and I think that we could see it, but I do think that that's just first episode.
Nerves. Yeah,
Nerves.
I definitely don't think that she was the weakest up there. The other one that I feel like missed the mark a little bit, especially in look, was maybe Deja. I didn't live for her look in the video.
It wasn't super memorable to me,
Yeah.
as memorable as some of the other girls, but
Irene and Bosco were my favorites.
hands down. But I think that they did a great job with this strange challenge, and they really did. I think they nailed it. So our top two is Irene the Alien and Aja. Now I know that we were hoping for Bosco to be in the top, but I do think that Aja did all right.
She turned it out. Yeah.
This lip sync look is not my favorite.
You like Irene dressed as the Jolly Green Giant?
I think it's more cunty.
I lived for the lip sync though. I thought they both turned it out. I do think Aja won the lip sync.
And I think Irene won the lip sync. Why do you think Aja, like, what?
She was giving us ballroom down, like voguing, and I think that really just suited the style of the song, which is this kind of like little house diss track, I thought it suited it better.
I kind of disagree with that. I think that Irene was giving more of the energy of the song. She kind of had this like, bitch, I don't care type energy, but was still
she had good attitude. Of course she was serving.
I felt like
I live for them both. Don't get me wrong.
I totally get Aja's take on it for sure. I mean, she definitely went more like get that kind of feel for it, but I don't think that was really as much the energy of the song. Okay. But ultimately, our winner is Aja. So she now has 4 points, $10,000, and
like 5 alliances. Like, what's going on?
Oh my God, we might have to get a conspiracy chart going.
For real, to track the connections between these girls because they are networking.
It's a gag. It's a gag for sure. So let's go ahead and jump into episode 2. So we find out that their challenge this week is going to be murder on the dance floor. They're doing an acting challenge. Who do you think is going to slay it? Who do you think is going to have a hard time this time?
I'm looking forward to Bosco for sure. I think she's pretty good at stuff like this. I'm also looking at Irene. I think she has a few tricks up her sleeve, and she also lets us know that she is, in fact, a BFA in playwriting and directing.
Ooh, girl, I got a BFA too. A big fat ass. So you think Irene and Bosco are gonna slay it? I was skeptical of Irene. I didn't really know what to expect. Again, this is to her advantage, I think. I was worried about Aja being able to kind of let loose a little bit.
Yeah.
I was worried for Phoenix considering her last acting challenge.
Yes, Boobarella.
Yes. So this should be fun. We get to actually see them choose their parts. There's a lot less fighting.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny. They're like,
Than we're used
we're
to.
really not gonna fight. Can we fight anyway?
But we saw as they were getting ready that Miss Olivia Lux decided to snap on Bosco a little bit. She was just throwing some little playful shade. But this was...
I think she went in a little hard. I don't know. Something hit her somewhere at her, and Bosco had to drop all of the play and just say, that was a joke. I'm not like, what? It was real. It was kind of a awkward, tough moment to watch.
Yeah, truthfully. All right, let's talk about the challenge.
Okay.
So, first up on the kind of one-on-ones was Aja. Thought that was just fine. I thought that she did okay and she kind of held her own. But Carson mentioned, needing a little bit more peaks and valleys from her. I do agree with that. I don't have really a lot to say.
Where are the jokes? She looked super cute. She looked like the character, and,
right.
And there were certain parts that were funny in her characterization, but the improv words coming out of her mouth were not that funny.
Yes, I mean she got the story across, but it wasn't.
That's true.
Wasn't really funny. And next up in the acting challenge is Phoenix. She was herself.
She looked gorgeous, yeah, but this is another one where it was not that funny, and then also very little characterization on top of that. So I'm a little bit worried for Phoenix.
We'll have to put her in the bottom tier here with Aja. Next up is Deja Skye as Chardonnay Harrington.
Yeah, this was really funny,
I
actually.
thought the eyelash got me.
Yeah,
It was
girl.
so funny.
Yeah, girl. She went out there and I think she delivered what the character was supposed to be. I think she did a fine job. And it was kind of a bummer that she was sad about it. She didn't feel that confident about it going into runways and judging. But I think she did just fine.
We are our own worst critics.
That's so true, girl.
I think she deserves middle tier.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's
I
middle
think
tier.
good middle of the road this
Yes,
week with
absolutely.
Deja.
I agree. Next up, we have Miss Bosco as Kitty Laveau.
Yes, I loved it. I think she looked awesome. I think she was really funny with her characterizations.
She was the only one that got RuPaul to break.
Great character. Yes, but
That
she
says a
she
lot.
even kept going with it. Why are you laughing? It was so funny.
I loved the bit of this isn't the eye on blind end, but she's wearing the patch over it.
Dude, it was so ridiculous.
It
she
was
was like
so
a
stupid,
She was
so
like an
good.
old Bond villain or something. It was awesome.
Even more
Or
fabulous.
Austin Powers.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, and we have Miss Olivia Lux.
I had a hard time with this one. Okay.
Ew.
I had a hard time.
Okay, the old age makeup was not. The old age makeup would work great on stage, but it was just the tiniest bit much on camera.
I would have been fine with it if it wasn't expected that the old age makeup was going to do all of the work of the character. I just felt like she still wasn't doing enough to embody that character. It was more like, I'm Olivia, I'm going to be fierce, and I have some wrinkles on my face.
Right, and also there was not much substance to that character at all.
No, I'm sorry, but I didn't really live this week for this performance.
Yeah, Olivia was not giving it to me. All right, so for this week's runway, it has to be two separate looks, one in the front and one in the back. So first up, we have Miss Olivia Lux, and she is wearing a beautiful gardenia dress in the back. Now, I have to say, I'm not really sure what was going on in the front, if it was supposed to be like some lights, some LED lights that we couldn't see under the stage lights.
That might have been happening, but it was the microphone cable, and she's holding the microphone, and she is supposed to be Billie Holiday. I think it was the homage.
Oh.
Yeah, girl. And
That's
I think
not what a microphone looks like.
I think she made her own, and it's supposed to look like one of those little old school like microphones. And it's like the kind that would like the little rectangle one that you just
Yeah,
hold.
no, I know the kind it was supposed to look like, but it did not read that way for me. I'm so sorry, Olivia. I don't mean to be coming for her this hard. I mean, the gardenia
I loved the back
was
of it.
beautiful.
I loved to watch her walk off that runway.
I love to watch her leave. No, I do think it was a really, really nice look, but that obviously did not read very well to me.
Yeah, it was just pretty. It was just okay.
Yeah. Next up is
Irene the Alien. I loved this. And it really hit when she took off the top of the wig and revealed the little alien puppeteer, Ratatouille style.
I have to say, when she first came out, I was not sure where she was going with it.
I think it was great. Just this like Republican politician being operated by a little green man. What was the back of it?
The back was like a cyborg.
Oh yeah,
back
like
to
behind it.
And then she kind of got
Like
all robotic.
Terminator.
I thought that was really smart. I thought that
it was
really
smart.
clever.
It was really funny and camp.
Yes.
So good.
And next up, we have Bosco. Is this channel becoming a Bosco stan? Because
Girl.
she is just fucking killing me with this look. She comes out. The first look that we see is a cinched coffin. I mean, that is brilliant.
Yeah.
That is just a brilliant. And then she turns around and is giving this incredible Elvira nod. She looked just like her.
Yeah, she looked so hot. And she said it was kind of like Lydia Dietz meets Elvira. I think it was an awesome homage to just all these awesome alt horror kind of icons in the vein of Elvira. So I thought
it was fantastic. I thought it was fantastic. All right. Well, next up we have Miss Deja Sky. What did you think about this look? Word. Okay.
I struggled with this. I think there's something about the makeup that needed fixing a little bit. Maybe if it was even just some highlight,
She
some
needed a
white
little bit
down.
of a nose contour.
Yes. Okay, it's kind of like this origami fold thing, which I could live with. I could live with it, were it not also for that crazy Flintstones hair.
I don't necessarily mind the hair as much because it's that like middle part of the flower almost. So she's kind of
Oh,
the
she's
flower
like the
itself.
pollen stem.
I
Okay.
actually I really do like this look. I love the lotus on the back. But yeah,
The back was beautiful.
my main problem was really just that she needed a little bit of a nose contour because it looked like you see those videos where like the girls try to give themselves like the fake freckles and you're only supposed to spray like a tiny little bit and then you see like a fail video of the girl who like got like this paint all over her face.
It's like she opened the dye pack in the bank robbery and it was just pink paint like
a little bit.
Yeah.
I just needed a little bit of a nose contour,
Yes.
and it would have
Improved it
elevated
a whole
the
lot.
face for me. But
Yeah.
I loved the shape that she had with her eyes. I thought that was really fun. It was like kind of a tilted crown. And next up, we have Miss Phoenix in a windswept gray cloud cuntiness.
I really liked the sparkly mask on the back, the sun.
That was gorgeous.
Yeah, that was really
That was
pretty.
really cool.
Yeah, it's good. It's elegant. I kind of had trouble with the hair. Again, I just want more hair.
The pussycat wigs are
Wanted
coming
more.
back.
Should they though?
No. Okay, and last but not least, we have Miss Aja giving us this kind of Rio Carnival.
Ooh, she had another one where it was kind of light on one side and dark on the other. But this one, the front-facing side, was the more sunny side, which was really pretty. I thought the corset in the middle just needed just a little
Just a
more
little cinch.
cinch in, just a little bit. But the back was really cool. The back with the witch hat and long cape with the celestial signs on it. It was awesome. It was witchy, giving coven.
Yeah, I really did like the back of this very
Yeah.
much.
It's pretty, just cinched in a little bit more up in the front and the waist.
I really loved the beading on Aja's headpiece. I thought that that was a really pretty touch. I love the eye in the back.
Yeah, the details were really nice.
Yeah, that was very, very pretty. All right, so our top two is Bosco and Irene the Alien.
Yeah, well deserved. I think they did great in the
I
challenge
agree.
this
I do
week.
think that those were our top brackets.
Yes, and then they lip sync to "Murder on the Dance Floor." How did you feel about the lip sync?
I thought the lip sync was really entertaining. I thought it was really fun. I've had that song stuck in my head all day now.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
not mad about it.
Bosco continues to slay my
She
entire
knew-
life.
She knew how to work that cape.
Shinyun.
Oh my god, that was really a beautiful lip sync.
Yeah, the
and
fabric.
Then by the time we're sitting there questioning, is it gonna be a reveal? Is this
she
gonna be
gonna
the
take
whole
it
time?
off?
And
Is she
by
gonna
the
take it
time
off?
it was the perfect time reveal.
Oh, she did it so good too.
Oh my god, and she looked
was hollering.
fucking awesome underneath it.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
She looked incredible. And the winner of the lip sync is Bosco.
Bosco.
I love it. We agree. So that brings Bosco to 4 points. We have Irene also at 4 points. And then we have Aja at 3 points. Deja, Olivia, and Phoenix all have 1 point.
Yeah. And do they all still have a point to give away?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
So we won't see it this episode. Who do you think is going to give the points to each other?
I think definitely the 3 girls with only one are going to receive points. if they're sticking with sort of the attitude they had this past 2 episodes where they were being more diplomatic about it, sort of making everyone a bit more equal.
So I think that Olivia and Aja are going to give each other points.
Yeah, Aja has a couple alliances up her sleeve, so we might see her climbing just through her alliances.
Aja is making alliances with everybody. She's making an alliance with Olivia. She's making an alliance with Deja. She's making an alliance with RuPaul. She's making an alliance with herself in the mirror.
Yes,
I mean,
girl.
she is working every angle.
I guess so. And hey, if that's the way you got to play the game.
I don't think that's going to work well for her in the long run. We already saw a little bit of tension with Olivia being like, so why wouldn't you give me a star if I won?
Yeah. Yeah. I think the volatility of that situation is going to turn around real quick when we get a little bit further along here and girls start
agree.
having to be cut.
So who do you think the top 3 of the entire bracket is going to be? What's your prediction?
I think it's got to be Bosco for sure, Irene, and possibly Aja, but it might be a toss-up. We might see somebody sneak in there. You know, I could easily see somebody like Deja or Phoenix even.
I could see
sneaking in
Deja
there.
getting out of her head and absolutely arriving
I
to the
know,
competition.
yeah.
So I think I do agree with you. I do think that it's going to be Bosco, Irene, and Aja. Olivia, Deja, Phoenix have been doing well.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But it's not.
It's a tough competition though. The strong group of girls.
Wow, we had a lot to talk about
We
today.
sure
We had a lot
did.
to
Action
cover.
packed.
Did you have any idea it was going to be a double premiere?
No, girl. They decided to goop us at 11 a.m. on a Friday morning.
Oh my God.
But
well,
anyway.
thank you so much for joining us at the House of Thought. Don't forget to subscribe. Please comment below and let us know your thoughts.
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see what y'all thought of these last couple episodes.
Yeah, the whole structure, everything, they're really shaking stuff up. Do you guys like it, or is it exciting, or is it frustrating?
Drop a comment below and let us know. Don't forget to hit that subscribe. Show us a little bit of love. And join us next week when we talk about episode 3 and the final episode of the Orange Bracket of All Stars 10. Goodbye.
Goodbye.